I think one of the biggest mistakes aspire traders make is that they constantly want to receive information, but they spend less time executing and documenting. And they feel like the more information they receive, the better they will be. And that is not the case. Traders, when they start off, typically do really well when they start because they're literally just focusing on simplicity. That's it. What makes it more difficult is when they start to learn more things and they try to implement it in what they've already learned that's been working. And now they have doubt. They're questioning themselves. There's other variables they have to consider when they're getting into a trade. And their psychology starts to play a big part because now there's a tug of war on, do I get in? Do I get out? But before I was doing this, now I learned this. So how do I implement this with what I already learned, and trying to put those pieces of the puzzle together? And that is where most traders are at. Because what's happening is that you're creating fear, you're creating doubt, you're creating an uncomfortable trading environment now that you've put all this information into your head and you don't know what to do with it. So the solution is to go back to the basics. Go back to what was working for you before you got into any of this difficult stuff or extra stuff that you were trying to learn. See what works from there. Document what works, right? Because that's important. Then if you want to add something to your strategy, add it. If you don't. You do not have to do what everybody else is doing. And I think that people fail to understand that. If it's literally just drawing levels and trading break and retest, then that's what you trade. If you want to do something more complex, then that's what you trade. So the key here is to document, implement, execute, write it down, see what works, repeat the process. But whatever you do not get stuck in the black hole of receiving information and then getting completely overwhelmed and experiencing paralysis analysis. We don't need that. And I don't want you to go through that. So get the data, learn it, what works, what doesn't work, get rid of what doesn't work. I don't care how simple it is. I don't care how complex it is. It needs to work for you because it's an individual journey. So don't be looking around to see what everybody else is doing. Work on you and you're going to be just fine. I promise.